Hello, everyone, and welcome. It is week 3 of the Quilted Fields Quilt-Along, and we are here sewing the Quilted Fields. So my name is Jennifer Long. I am from Sew a Story. You can follow me on Instagram at sewastory_Jennifer Long, Facebook Sew a Story, or hop over to our website at sewastory.com. So the story we're sewing today is Quilted Fields. This is week 3. And this actually makes just a cute quilt by itself. There's 4 sections that go like this. So if you don't want to sew that tractor block, you can sew just the Quilted Fields. We are doing this week a little bit out of order to how the pattern is written, and there's 2 reasons for that. The first reason is this is a much easier sew. So I wanted us just to get into the flow, feel really accomplished. You're going to get 3/4 of the quilt done so quickly. And then we do the piece block next week. And the second reason is, like I just mentioned before, is you might opt to not sew that tractor. And maybe you just want to put another block in here and make this just a quilted fields without the tractor working in the fields. So either way, this week is the Quilted Fields. It starts on page 13. On page 13. Yeah, on page 12 and 13. The cutting was done at the beginning of the pattern, like I mentioned before in the cutting. So all your cutting is labeled and out. And then everything is labeled in diagrams here. And it's just talking about assembling it in 4 sections. So if you can imagine, this quilt is in 4 quadrants. This upper corner, and then there's 2 bottom corners here. So this is one quadrant, this is one quadrant, this, and then this one is, so there's 4 quadrants to this quilt. You're going to assemble it. Now, if you're sewing with the tractor in here, you won't fully be able to assemble. This is quadrant number 1. You won't fully be able to assemble this piece right here, but that's okay. Know that it's coming next week. A few things that I just want to make sure I point out. Again, this is super easy. Just have really, really accurate 1/4 inch seam allowance. So I know some people love to sew scant 1/4 inch seam allowances. Some just like to have a different kind of a seam allowance there. So because there are lots of skinny little pieces going together to make a longer strip like this, it's really important that your cutting is accurate and that your seam allowance is accurate all the way along if you want this piece to be measured exactly. The more seam allowances you put in a smaller area, the more you have opportunity for that area to change. So even though this is just straight sewing, you do have to be mindful of your seam allowance. The other thing I wanted to note for you here is that there's an unfinished measurement for every single block. So for this block, for every single block, there's an unfinished measurement. And if you want to have super ease and all these great points coming in for everything just fitting nicely, do just trim and measure. Even if this is a little bit off, you can trim it off a little bit wherever, and just make sure that all your pieces are going to fit together like a puzzle. So quadrant 1, 2, 3, and 4 is what we're sewing. And it tells you often here, I'm just going to give you a little tip. I'll just cover up some of this. But you can see on the pattern here that it will say, of these fields, you want to make 3 of these, and then this is the size they are. Make 2 of this. This is the size they are. So make sure you grab the pattern. You can grab the paper pattern from any online or brick and mortar shop that's carrying Quilted Fields, or you could grab the PDF download from the website right now. I'll just show you the Quilted Fields that I have sewn together so far. So here is one, and it's really fun. You can be as scrappy as you want with yours. It's really nice if in the block you can kind of keep the field the same so that you're farming the same kind of crop all the way along. But feel free to change these for maybe colors of crops that you have in your farm or that are surrounding where you are. Here's one of the bottom quadrants there. I think it's number 2. And if you are fussy cutting fabrics at all, just be aware of your direction there when you are, so you can see there's a house inside there. Here is one of the upper quadrants here, so it's a little longer. You can see that. And then the last one I'm going to show you, we'll do it next week when we have that tractor all put together. So this is a really easy, fast week. I'm hopping on just to give you a little bit of motivation. I love all the photos that you're sharing. Please do share them with me, and I'm happy to share them as well. Again, as always, if you are a shop, please tag your shop up below. I'm happy to send customers all the time are asking, where can I get the pattern? Where can I get the fabrics? So please feel welcome to do that. And a great thing is if you do build this quilt, if you're building this along with us, you can get Forest a Cow and drive your tractor along these quilted fields, your stuffed tractors, or you can go ahead and grab the felt panel and you can again drive your tractors along those fields, or your horses can be eating, yeah, and playing along there. So it not only works as a beautiful quilt inside your home, but also lots of play options on it as well, which is kind of deep, close in my heart, and it's a personal thought that I always have when I'm trying to design something so that it can be used out in your home. So it's beautiful and all the ages can enjoy it, but there's also lots of interest for children's imaginations to flourish. So I'm so happy to have you here. My name is Jennifer Long from Sew a Story, and let's get sewing our quilted fields together. See you again next week, same time, same place. Bye for now.